No, what Advanced Plus?
It's a made-up term to go with a made-up wave. You don't go into the ocean and go, "Oh, I just caught a great advance right."
Exactly. Yeah. So that's just like expert turn right. I was like,
Hello, ho, ho, and welcome to the UK Christmas show.
how long have you been thinking about doing that?
I did it last year, so it shows how much you listen, doesn't it?
I don't listen to any podcast.
You don't listen to... No, rephrase that. You don't listen to any podcast that you're not on.
True. Well, I don't need to because we're in the top 5% of globally listened to podcasts. Top 5, sorry.
Sorry, what was it? You've changed it now to we're in the top 5 downloaded podcast in the entire galaxy, on every planet in the solar system, or
all of them.
Or what,
yeah. That's where we're at.
Yeah, all right. You keep going on about that, and I just ignore that and just go, yeah.
Oh, ho, ho.
Well, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody on this bonus episode.
Absolutely. I hope it's been an absolute blast of a year for everyone.
Yeah, it has. It's been a good year, actually. Well, it's been an up and down year, but I mean, we'll get into that in a minute. But the first part we should do is thank the sponsor of the show, our new sponsor of the show. He's been on before as a guest. He's been on as a sort of guest co-host as well. And we've banged on about him enough, which is Adrenaline Athlete, Alan T-Rex Arms Bissica.
Total legend of a man. The driest sense of humour, but it's just so out of the blue funny. It cracks me up.
Funny guy.
Amazing to have him on board with the show as well, actually. And if you want to get 50% off the programme, of which I am a huge fan of, if you want to get it off the home version of the programme, use the discount code SURFHOME50, all uppercase, SURFHOME50.
And if you want the gym version, you can use SURFGYM50, and that will get you 50% off the Adrenaline Athlete annual membership.
Well done, you got that first time. And if you want to get 15% off anything at Northcore, and thank you to Northcore for being so supportive, use the discount code UKSURSHOW15 on their website, and that will get you 15% off.
Yeah, and that is only valid till the end of this year, that code. So hopefully we'll have a new code coming for you next year. And if you want 10% off surface wetsuits, use the discount code UKSurfShow22, UKSurfShow22, and that will get you 10% off at surface wetsuits.
Let's get into 2022 so we can get the fuck out of it really quickly, because I am done with this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are done with this year, to be honest. It's been a weird one, hasn't it?
It was supposed to be post-COVID, first proper year back to reality. It was supposed to be the year, like 1995 or Y2K. It's just been fucking shit. I mean, there's been some great moments, don't get me wrong, but it's been utterly abysmal. We've had... Well, I think we've had as many prime ministers as we've had months. Something along them lines, and that's as political as we'll get.
Yeah. It's just been, the whole year's just been a shit show, hasn't it? Prices rising, everything. But,
oh my God.
But on the plus side, the UK Surf Show has had some great guests on and some great things. We did a trip to Newquay, which was fantastic.
God, yeah. It was amazing. I'm still eating my spice.
Yeah, I worked out that you're livable with for a week.
Yeah, I think a week's probably the limit. Yeah. And you had some huge guests. We've had some fun guests. We've had some insanely funny moments. Yeah. We've just had, I think, as a podcast, we've had it all.
We've had a laugh, I think, and that's
absolute giggle.
That was the main thing we want. We didn't want to be. There's too many serious people out there in the surfing world, as there is.
I think part of my problem in life is I don't take anything serious.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of being serious, we will get you an update on Little Effie at some point soon.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Leighton, and we'll get an update out. He's going to come on and chat with me and Mitch about everything that's been going on, how he's up to, what's going on with different MRIs and care and chemo and everything. So that will be coming in the new year.
And also, I'd like to just add to that, a lot of people donated towards the crowdfunder for Baby Effie, which was insane. And also a lot of people donated to the crowdfunder for Special K. And Special K didn't she was actually super reluctant to want to use any of that money. That was me that set that up.
Yeah.
And, I can try to explain to her that people wouldn't donate if they didn't believe in the cause.
Yeah.
So, she knew the price of the wig she was after. But I didn't look into crowdfunder when I set it up. I just set it up.
Yeah.
Turns out if you don't reach your goal, you don't get anything, but also it's supposed to run for the minimum period of 30 days.
Yeah.
But we hit the target of what she was after, which was specifically the price of her hair, like within 24 hours, which was incredible. And thank you so much to everyone. So the plan was to give everyone that donated something of the money back. But it turns out once it's closed down, and we asked crowdfunder to close down the project early, because we didn't want to receive any more. So we had additional funds. Turns out once it's closed, you can't hit refund to people, and it would have been a nightmare just to go to everybody, individually to give a £5 back, £1 back, 20 quid back, whatever it might have been.
Yeah.
So what we've done, just for everyone's knowledge, was the additional money we have given to Leighton and his partner for Baby Effie's fund, which we thought, it seems to be a lot of the same people that donated. So I hope that's cool with everyone.
I'm sure everyone will be absolutely fine with that. I mean, if you're not fine with it, I was going to say something nasty, but if you're not fine with it, you've donated money, so you're nice anyway. So I'm
well, it was either that.
I'm sure everyone will be fine with it.
It was either that, or it was going to go on my new kitchen island. And I thought that was probably the better option.
Yeah, definitely. But what a year! So for all the year of shit that there's been, we've had some good stuff on the show as well, and we've had some great guests on the show as well. If you go back, start of January, I think we started off with Yonder this year.
So you're going through. Okay, so you're going through chronological guest by guest. I was planning to go through chronological day by day of 2022. Is that not what we're doing?
Starting on 1st of January, yeah?
What we're going to do is every single story I've posted for all of 2022, we're going to talk about it, but not show it. Just going to describe it.
No. I mean, I'll just run through some of the great guests we've had on this year. We've had Yonder, Sally at Yonder. We've had Pete Abel, Emily Grimes, longboard techniques with Jack. We've had Big Guy Boards. We've had the North Devon RNLI. We did the Surf Expo. We did some mental health stuff.
Was that this year, the Surf Expo?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That was.
I thought that was the year before.
No, Surf Expo was back in April. Yeah, it's been a really long year.
Yeah, so when I think about it like that, because, generally when I would listen to the podcast before I was on, would be on my sort of, weekend trips home from Yorkshire back to Scotland. That's generally when I would catch up. So I'd look forward to them. Does not feel like that was only then that episode was on.
Yeah.
Because actually, I think I listened to that on the way back from Devon, potentially. Is that March? Was that March?
April.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, about then. Because I think my first Devon trip was around then.
Yeah.
Which was epic fun.
That was the first time we met up, wasn't it, as well? Was it around then?
Do you know what? It was. And it was also the first time I surfed the wave.
Yeah, no, that must have been March. Yeah, that must have been
March.
That
was March.
You were still in shorts and it was freezing.
Yeah, me being in shorts should not tell you what time of year it is. Fact.
Just tells you you're Scottish.
That was my first time surfing the wave, but it was my second time at the wave, because the first time I was spoken to like such a child. I didn't actually want to surf at the wave. It really pissed me off.
I don't know if you told that story or not.
I don't know if I have, but I was definitely on my way back from Devon. So we'd done an army surfing 2-week trip to Devon, never been to Devon before. So I was super stoked, to go and do that, surf some new spots. And, I fell in love with putts. Absolutely love that spot. I had some great sessions. Anyway, when I left, that's right, yeah, because you contacted me. It seemed like there was a private session happening at the wave, but it was with just everyone I know. It was just like loads of mates. It was weird. So you were there. Alan was there, Ben Larg, his dad, Marty, his mum, his sisters, the Skinners were there. So it was just so odd. So everyone was like, oh, Mitch, pop in on the way past. I was like, yeah, why not? So I did. I popped in, and then I'd never been in before. And I thought, oh, do you know what? Why don't I see if I can get on a session? So I went to the counter and said, oh, is there anything available on the rights? And bear in mind, I've never been to the wave, never surfed an artificial wave. I'm vaguely aware of some of the names of the waves. Yeah. And she was like, "Oh, we've got the Advanced Plus turbocharged Superleggero MP4-C setting." And I was like, I don't know, what does that mean? Like, out of 1 to 5. In fact, everyone will have heard me say the 1 to 5 thing before. That's
Yeah,
where this
yeah.
specifically comes from, this one incident. And I was like, I don't know, what does that mean? Like, Advanced Plus. She was like, "Oh, don't you surf?" It's just like, for fuck's sake, it's a made up,
Sorry, yeah.
it's a made up term to go with a wave. Like, I don't know what Advanced Plus.
It's a made up term to go with a made up wave. You don't go into the ocean and go, "Oh, I just caught a great advance right."
Exactly. Yeah. So that's just like expert turn right. I was like, I don't know what that means, but honestly, she made me feel so small that I didn't actually want to be there. So I was just like, do you know what? I'll just leave it, because it just pissed me off, and I thought that's just not customer experience that there at all. So yeah, so that was the first time at the Wave. So yeah, like I say, I remember it's the first time we properly met.
Yeah, and you have surfed it since then. No, that one. The first time we met was actually when you were in Devon. Remember?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, me, you, and
down to
Leighton,
Westwood Ho. Yeah,
that's right. It was enormous. You just got battered. Didn't make it out back.
Was that day?
Yeah, it was that day. It was huge, but it was like 21 seconds or something and 4 or 5 foot. It was mental.
Yeah, I can't remember. There's a lot of days like that down there. They all
but yeah, so that was, we met then. Then we met at the Wave. I didn't surf the Wave.
Yeah.
But then it must have been, in fact, it was April, because I then had a Cornwall Newquay meet with Army Surfing.
Yeah.
It was actually my first ever time going to a skate park as well, which is pretty cool, on a surf skate. And we went up to the Wave, and it was so much fun. Like, the facility is amazing. It's incredible. It's also, have you seen it now? Full of ice. They're breaking the ice at the Wave at the minute. Green ice.
You have to turn the machine on to break the ice.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's so cold. But yeah, no, it's been fantastic. I feel like I've ticked quite a lot of boxes this year in my surfing experiences.
And then we had a Uruguayan invasion.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, we had Seb on. When was that?
So that was 23rd of May.
Was that my first guest host as well?
I think that may have actually been your first guest host. Yeah.
And then you couldn't get rid of me. You've been stuck with me since. For listeners.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
That was your first guest host. And then the one after that, we had an adaptive surf team with Leighton. And then the one after that was Bravery UK.
That's right, yeah.
And then I think after, there's a few more where you and Leighton were like switching in between, because we had stuff recording and that already. And then I think officially from sort of Logan, Ben Gravy.
Logan, wouldn't it? Yeah, that was the second time surfing the Wave for me, actually, coming back. And that was when, that was it. That's when we became Facebook official partners.
Yeah. That
makes it real.
Yeah,
it's on Facebook.
No, I don't even use Facebook. I don't know how it works. It freaks me out. Yeah, my wife's like, "Why don't you just use Facebook? It's so easy. You just do this and this and this and this." And I'm like, "What the fuck did you just do?" I don't know. I can post a picture on Instagram and forget to put any hashtags on it. I'm good at doing that, but that's about it.
Yeah. Facebook. I see it more as a friends and family thing, and that's it.
Yeah. So Surfskate Academy was on. He was great, and the one thing I took away from that interview was that Seb saying about compression, extension, and then compression again, because I was so guilty of just doing compression, extension. I'm on a wave. Woo!
It's so important as well, and it's something like I'm still vaguely highly aware of when I go in the water, try to do it, because I lose so much speed just by not doing that simple thing. And for me, this year has been, in terms of surfing, straight up surfing, the year of progression. Like, I've had so much progression. It's more like, it's not that I've done things better, I don't think. It's more that I've just hooked more things together and got further down the line.
Starting to work and line up and all come together. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, that was good. And then as I say, so we had Surfskate Academy, adaptive surf team, then Bravery, Toby from Bravery. We Look Sideways with Matt Barr and Jeremy Loops that I did on my own set earlier. Then Logan was great as well.
And that was with Alan. We had Alan as a guest host for that as well. That was really good. That
was done at the Wave as well. Then we had Leighton did the episode about Effie to tell everyone what was happening and what was going on with her. Then Mr. Ben Gravy. That was absolutely phenomenal. I think that's our best received episode so far ever in the existence of episodes.
And we hope you're getting better, Ben, with your snapped collarbone.
Nasty business.
Pretty nasty.
Yeah.
And we've done a bold swap. I don't know if I mentioned that.
I don't know if you mentioned it on any of the podcast episodes since, or every time I speak to you, you might have. I can't actually remember.
Apparently, he doesn't surf that foamy anymore. He's just got it in a display cabinet with a backlight and a draw curtain.
Yeah, and a little bit of Scottish tartan on it.
A little Scottish tartan on it.
Yeah. Then I picked my new board up from Dom. Then I got Whiplash.
You picking that new board up from Dom on YouTube got a lot of hits, That done really well on YouTube, yeah.
I hadn't even looked at it, mate.
Which was insane because your filming of it was terrible. But it worked really well.
Yeah, what can you do? Maybe it's not about the filming. Maybe it's just about the gorgeous face that's on the camera.
Oh, what with the perfect hearing?
Yeah, no, I was talking about Dom, not me.
Oh, right, okay. Dom that does not ever want to surf with you.
Yes, he does. Actually, he invited me to Morocco in January, but I said I can't. So I've got to go to Scotland in February. Oh, how much better is that going to be?
He invited you in January because he's going there in March. That's what it
is. Speaking of Dom as well, I got an announcement from him at the end of the show as well. And then we did one of the funnest things of this year's got to be your questions, part 1 and 2 that we did, the listeners' questions.
Oh, do you know what? Them questions.
We should do another one next year as well because that's so fun.
We should definitely do another one of them. I think we should do that as a quarterly or something. That was a lot of fun. And, but that's on you, the listeners, to get more creative with your questions because we'll just be asking the same stuff otherwise.
Yeah, definitely. And then we did the Newquay in the Army one where we chatted about, our week down in Newquay. And then we had Alana. She was really good and really fun as well. And just come out has been Army Surfing.
Just out.
Finally got clearance to release.
Yeah, there's a lot goes with it, and there's a lot of hoops to jump through for a lot of obvious reasons. But yeah, we're there and that's out. So, go back and check it out.
Until you actually mention the point to them, you do actually realise it's a civilian podcast. It's not an army podcast. And they went, oh, right. Yeah, well, it's all right then. So I'm putting that all onto you.
Yeah, well, we've got clearance and it's out. Go check it out.
Yeah. Oh,
I am moving on.
You're moving on from that. All right then. It's been a great year, and like podcast wise, like our stats and listens and everything have been absolutely phenomenal, and we couldn't be happier. So, let us know if you're liking the YouTube content and stuff like that, because if you don't like it, we won't bother with it. It's just a lot of effort as well to do the recordings and stuff like that.
We hope you do like it because I actually quite enjoy putting that video content together and just having that aspect and angle, it's a bit different. And I think it just sheds a different light on the person we are hoping to highlight or bring their story, to fruition.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I said about Dom as well, so from Origin, he has Origin Surfboards, obviously, Origin Surf Co. And he's also got the Bristol Surfboard Repair that's been established for quite a while now. And I don't know if you remember, if you listened when he was on, he was saying about he's going to be moving, I think he's doing part of the year in Australia, part of the year in the UK. So he's actually selling the Bristol Surfboard Repair part of the business, which is really well established. And I mean, if anyone out there is good at board repairs or anything like that, it is definitely worth getting in contact with him. I mean, he's selling it as the business with all the tools and equipment and materials and workshop space is, it's a really good opportunity. So if anybody is interested in getting into the surf industry or wants to start repairing boards and stuff like that and shaping boards even eventually, I suppose, then or if you're already up and running but you need a space, he's got one near Bristol and it's going up for sale. So don't ask me how much because I've got no idea. But if you want to contact him, you can either email him at originsurfco@gmail.com or go over to his Instagram and send him a DM on there. And I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. Yeah,
that's a fantastic opportunity for someone.
Yeah, so I'm sure he'd love to hear from you, not for you, from you. Yeah. Yeah, so that's, it's a wicked opportunity for someone. I mean, if I could repair surfboards, it's something I'd maybe consider doing, but my repairs on the surfboard would be duct tape.
Well, I've still got a load of plumber's tape on quite a few boards, actually. That stuff works a treat.
You got duct tape on the roof of your van like mine, haven't you? Because I gave you a great idea for that when you were
thankfully, was that this year as well. That was on my way down to the Cornwall meet when I was
No,
like,
that was down on the way down to Boardmasters, I think, wasn't it?
no, because well, actually, maybe it was last year. No, it wasn't. There wasn't a Boardmasters, was there?
No,
No, it
this
was
year.
definitely this year. It was hot. I remember that, but I remember leaving from Scotland and just being like, had all the windows shut, and I was like, "Where's this wind noise coming from?" There's a lot of wind noise in the van, and I think I don't know where I was, but I was probably halfway down,
Yeah,
and I just put my hand up behind me to try and feel around. So I've got two windows in the roof of my transporter, which is quite unique.
yeah.
And one of the windows of the front leading edge onto one sort of side corner, the bonding just had completely gave way. And the window was just flapping. I was like, oh my God, that's not ideal. Definitely not ideal. And I had all sorts of
Tape to the rescue.
duct tape rescue. Yeah, had done a great job.
That's what my van is held together by, is duct tape.
Well, whoever that van actually belongs to, your van is weaponized. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a brilliant thing. So as I say, it's been a great year, and thanks everyone for listening. And we haven't even really talked about the surfs we've done, because we've had some great surfs this year as well.
I noticed that I was looking through some of my content yesterday for my CV. There's some stuff I need to put on my CV for, social media manager stuff and whatever.
You're doing that on your CV. You're applying for a job, a desk job. Yeah, but this is me surfing.
All I've got on my CV is Scottish surfer. That's in a link. That should be it. That should be more than enough for someone who wants to employ me.
Someone's going to just look at that and go, nah.
Fuck off. I was looking through some content because some specific stuff I've done this year I wanted to, put in there, like filming for Red Bull, for Visit Scotland a few weeks ago. Like that stuff's, it's super cool.
Yeah.
Cheese
Toasty Shack.
And I did the Cheese Toasty Shack and Duke Scotland, which is their sort of posher version of a sandwich shop. It's class. Yeah. And I saw a video from when was it? It was March or February potentially. I had a wave at a secret spot up here with Seb. It was just me and Seb actually, and it wasn't even a great wave. It was only quite small. It was probably chest high, but like the way I just kept going top to bottom on this wave. But the stoke, not even at the end, like mid wave when I realized I was surfing really well, and you can just make it out in the GoPro. Like I think I hit the third top turn, and then you can hear me going, and another one, and it just kept giving. And like that is just genuine stoking for me. That is singly what surfing should be about. That ultimate pleasure and stoke, that wave that's travelled thousands of miles just for me to potentially fuck it up. Yeah. But on that instance, I didn't. And that was just genuine passion coming out. That's what it should be.
Do you know what my highlight video from you this year has been? When you and Seba went out and he had to go on your board after you, and you sent me that video and it said, when you think your turns are really well, and you sent a video of you and it looked like you were like really turning well on there. Oh, yeah. And then you sent the video of Seb on your board afterwards.
And even GoPro's amazing stabilization couldn't keep up with how aggressive he was moving that board. I was devastated.
I was just waiting for the picture after you of just you with the sad face, just like, oh.
I was genuinely mortified.
There's nothing quite as devastating as you going out and thinking you're having an amazing surf, or you are having an amazing surf to the best of your ability, and you turn around and look and someone's just ripping the shit out of the wave, and you're just like, oh.
And so this year so much has happened, so much good has come from it as well. I think we've moved in a new direction with the podcast, and we'll continue to do so. We've got some amazing, hopefully, plans coming up.
We did Newquay, and now we're doing Scotland I think we're going for February, aren't we?
We'll just figure it out. But the plan is similar sort of thing.
Working out the coldest time I could possibly get there to surf Scotland, and Mitch went, February will be good.
You want to test that wetsuit out for you? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Great.
I got August. I got picked up by Seaskins, which absolutely insane. And I think that just proves the point that you don't have to be an incredible surfer to get on the radar of these brands. Like I've managed to to get that being the most distinctly average surfer that's ever happened.
Just that and talking shit is, you're really good at it. That's what you're good at.
Well, I never used to talk shit publicly because I didn't have this platform. So it used to just be to people that were willing to listen to it.
This is a public service apology from the show.
And a lot of shit happened as well. Like Sia, the singer, she's pissing me off at the minute. The singer, Sia.
What's that?
Obviously, we can't play the music on here. But it's just, there's 2 songs she's had out, and one was before, which, I don't have to get into that one because that will take me a while to explain. But the new one, I think the lyric goes something along the lines of, I'm unstoppable, I'm a Porsche with no brakes. And forget how she says the word Porsche. We'll just stick with that, Porsche. Right. Is a Porsche with no brakes unstoppable? It just means it's going to take a long time to, you could engine brake, couldn't you? If you're on the motorway, if you're on the M6 and you're between 2 service stations, I'm going to say you've probably got 10 miles to slow down. So I think she needs to rewrite the lyrics, and it should say something along the lines of, and I'm no lyricist per se, I'm no lyricist per se, but it should say something along the lines of, I'm unstoppable like a Porsche with a seized accelerator. That would make much more sense, because that's more accurate, isn't it?
Remember your favourite bit of the podcast this year when I used this noise?
Hey, listen, it pissed me off. And every time I hear it on the radio, I'm like, man, you got to sort this out. It's like last time when she said, elastic heart, they're just talking shit.
Yeah, but how can you take it so serious from someone that wants to swing from a chandelier?
I mean, who doesn't want to swing from a chandelier? Come on. Yeah. You just lost that ability when you discovered McDonald's to swing from a chandelier. Back in the day.
They used to call me Ronald, yes. Remember Ronald McDonald? Anyway, I digress. Yeah, Ronald McDonald and little hamburglers that used to get the toys.
Hamburglers.
Do you remember that? You probably.
Oh, that's what happened. Didn't it? Another big thing happened, didn't it? Cheeseburgers went up from 99p. That's a big deal. That's a sign of the times right there.
You do know the name of this podcast, don't you, right?
Well, we're recapping the entire year, day by day, remember?
No, we're recapping the surfing stuff, the stuff that's happened to us.
I'm going to kneecap you.
We could recap the stuff that's happened in the surf world, but that'd be far too long and far too boring for a lot of people. But
there's been a lot of good in the surf world. The Brits on tour have done amazing throughout the world.
And the para team over in America just done really well as well. Zoe did really well, and Melissa did really well. And
same with Little J. Great to have,
Sponge as well won for the men as well.
Absolute fantastic representation from our athletes, and look forward to seeing more of that and more coverage. And in fact, that was something else that happened when we were at the Wave filming the English Surf Adaptives. That was an absolute pleasure to get to do that and have them share that content and just even highlight a little bit of a story of, what these athletes are all about.
Yeah. But the best thing that's happened this year has got to be the bit of music that I'm going to play at the end of the show.
Yes.
Which my friend sent to me. And he was like, I've done a remix of the UK Surf Show. And I thought, oh, whatever. And I played it. And literally, I pissed myself laughing. It also has now reminded me of how irritating it is when I hear myself say hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Because on my stories for the last 24 hours that have been shared of people sharing the Instagram post, every time, amount of people that have sent me the message saying they've skipped through it, and all they hear is like hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, my feed's
anyway,
the same.
we got a remix of that, and it's worth a listen. So my friend Mr. James Plews, I think he's called his Dead Gym or something like that on Instagram.
It's Dead Gym, but not as we know it. Not as we know it. Is that the reference? This remix is something else.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I listening to?
So I think he said he's going to do a deep dive and do another one at some point. So you might get featured on it as well. So you won't be so devastated that you weren't on it.
That was my only criticism when I realised I wasn't in it.
But yeah, so, that's been our year. It's been great. We look forward to next year. Thanks again, everyone, for listening. We hope you enjoy this little bonus episode. These little bonus episodes like this is the type of random stuff we go off on our Buy Me Coffee bonus episodes. So if you like our little ramble of today, think of going across to Buy Me a Coffee and becoming a member, and you can hear us ramble crap even more.
Because on that Buy Me a Coffee version of this, what you'll get to hear all the shit that Pete now has to edit out of this because of things I've said. That's all accessible.
And on Buy Me Coffee, it is completely unedited. We just record it and it goes. So if you're easily offended or you are sensitive to potty mouths, please don't listen to it.
Don't listen, but still subscribe and use the discount codes and get yourself a discount on stuff.
There's more discount codes on there, and we've got some more to add as well, actually, which I haven't got around to doing yet. Which I will do that over the Christmas period.
I've not sent you them.
That's why I haven't done them. So, yeah. I was being nice, just saying that I haven't done them. Really, I should have said, actually, Mitch hadn't sent me the other codes yet. So as soon as he pulls his finger out, we can crack on with that.
I'm not proud of myself.
Yeah. So one more time, we'll give you those discount codes, which is Northcore UK Surf Show 15. That's valid till the 31st of December. That will get you 15% off anything at Northcore. Plus, if you want 10% off at Surface Wetsuits, use the discount code UK Surf Show 22. That will get you 10% off at Surface Wetsuits.
And if you want 50% off the Adrenaline Athlete training program, which works out at roughly around half, if you want that on the home edition, that is discount code SurfHome50, all uppercase. And if you want to do the gym version, equally, that is SurfGym50, all uppercase. And that will get you half price on annual membership.
Yeah, so hope you've had a great Christmas and have a good new year. And we will see you all next year. And the first one back is Mr. Ben Skinner. And you'll be able to watch that on YouTube as well. And we will leave you with this piece of music.
Here's to a crack in 2023.
Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Woolly bobble hat. Woolly bobble hat. Woolly bobble hat. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Yeah, like a bubble hat. Like a bubble hat. Winter's coming. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Woolly bobble hats. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Woolly bobble hats. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Yeah, like a bubble hat. Like a bubble hat. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Woolly bobble hats. Woolly bobble hats. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Like a bubble hat. Like a bubble hat. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Winter's coming. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show. Hello and welcome to the UK Surf Show.